All right, guys, I hope you're doing well. So I always start my videos off like that. So if every video starts off like that, it still stands. I hope you're doing well. So if you're here, then you're rechecking out the rules and you want a little bit of my guidance for that. So you should have full access to this slide as well as this whole PowerPoint right here. Let's see yeah, there it is. Awesome. This is going to be so useful to you. If you want more practice, you can do all these problems. You'll be able to recognize some things such as my classy meme on slide 5. But slide 16 is literally like the best slide to be on. So this is the rule slide, but I'm just going to have a picture of this that you can access as well. And part of your assignment today is going to be creating a little like written version of this on a piece of paper or on a post-it note or something that you have like by your school computer at all times so that you remember it. So let's just spend a couple more minutes talking about this rule. So I'm presenting right now, and there you go. So there are there's 2 steps to these rules, right? And then there's a thing you have to do before. So the first thing first, please, before anything, you need to make sure there are no double signs. That means that you can't have 2 plus signs, or pardon me, 2 minus signs next to each other, a plus and a minus and a plus. That's just not okay. We don't deal with double signs. No touchy. The signs cannot touch. No touchy. So use what you know about 2 negatives make a positive when they're touching, and then a positive and a negative make a negative when they're touching. Use that information to simplify and rewrite your equation first. And you're going to see me do that in the 4 example videos that are following. So that's the first thing. The next thing you need to do is you need to look at which rule applies to you. So when we're adding and subtracting with negatives, if we have to remember there are 2 options. That we can have a positive and a negative, or a negative and a positive, right? They could have different signs. They could be not working together. They could be working separately, or they could have the same sign. So they could both be positive, which is like all the math we've done up to now has had that, right? Or they could all be negative. So it could be like -7, -5. They're both going that direction. They're both negative. So we don't want them, the negatives that, pardon me, oh my goodness, what am I saying? If we have the same sign, we have to do this. We have to add the numbers and keep the sign. So if we have the same sign, add the numbers and keep the sign. If you're curious about how that works, I will outline 2 examples that follow this rule, and both of those examples will also follow this rule. Awesome. Second, if the signs are different, then subtract and take the sign of the bigger number. Subtract and take the sign of the bigger number. So what that means is that if I have a negative and I have a positive, I know that my signs are different. That means that plus sign and minus sign aren't the same. And you might be thinking, but you're subtracting like a positive, but that basically makes it a negative. So we're going to subtract when we see that, and then we're going to take the sign of the bigger number. Okay? And when I say take the sign of the bigger number, I mean the number that's like stronger. It has more power. It's able to do more, right? So -28 and 15 was an example we did in our last class. And 28, even though it's negative, it's stronger. So we take the negative from that because, like, yeah, it doesn't matter the sign. What we're trying to figure out when we're taking the sign of the bigger number is literally just looking at the number by itself. So if you have more questions, I would suggest watching these example videos. They are going to be super, super helpful for you as you finish this assignment. And if you have any questions after that, please feel free to email me or send me a Canvas message. I'm going to be at my computer all day, but we're going to see how this asynchronous assignment works. So thank you for putting up with all this. This is going to be a great day. I think we're going to learn a lot. Have a good one.